Welcome back to AutoCraft, where today we have a lot of work to do. So as you can see, we started off building this highly redstone needed nether wart farm. I almost forgot the name. Which took a while. It was honestly quite annoying to build. Plus I got attacked by an enderman a couple times, as you probably saw in the opening. So that was a little bit frustrating, but it's done. It just takes forever for the nether wart to actually be gathered. So I've AFK'd this for about 3 hours already, and I only got, I think, 9 stacks of nether wart. Yeah, so 9 stacks of nether wart. So it's going to take a while to get all the nether wart to keep going. But basically, it's an AFK farm. So I sit in this minecart, hold right click, and then as I go by, they will plant as it grows. The observers see them, and the pistons smash them. So anyways, we're not going to hang out here for long because there's a lot of stuff that we have to do today if we want to get started building our castle. Mainly resource farming, right? So we built another wart farm, and I think we're going to build probably our last most needed farm today. So unfortunately, I need glowstone. So there's really 2 ways you can get glowstone. You can either trade with villagers, which I've been doing all season. So if we quickly go to statistics and then we go to trades with villagers. Let's see. Talked to villagers. No. There it is. Traded with villagers 39,470 times. So I don't want to do that, right? So the other way to get it is to build a witch farm. So I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start gathering materials for that because it's probably the very first thing that we're going to start with. But before we get to that, there's something else that we need to talk about, and that's this whole Dragon King opposition thing. So let me get back to the shopping district, and then I'll bring you up to speed. So here we are in the beautiful, beautiful shopping district, and last episode, we collaborated with Death and built our dye shop. Well, earlier today, I came over to the dye shop to see if we had made any diamonds off of it, and I noticed this. So my first thought was, oh no, a creeper explosion. Something happened, and we should probably fix this up. But then I realized that there's this fancy little pathway here that leads right to the Dragon King's mountain. So I don't know what this is because I've never been invited into the Dragon King's mountain. But while I was searching around, I happened to stumble upon a little torch up here on the mountain. And I started peeking inside and noticed that there is a little like meeting room in here. So I figured I would just come in here and kind of see what all this is about. I've never been in here before, right? So this is the very first time ever on camera that I've been in this room. So yeah, the Dragon King destroyed part of my shop, which I'm not okay with. So I figured I would just kind of come see what I could do back to him. What does that do? Whatever it is, it's empty. Oh, it's not empty. It gives me cookies. Well, I guess as a starting point, we should probably empty these cookies. He might have a lot of cookies in here. All right, I'll bring you back once I got all these cookies. Well, that was a lot more cookies than I expected. It was about 2 inventories worth, and it's now raining outside because it took so long. But, you know, now he's going to have to refill those cookies. And that's really not that crazy, but, you know, I have plans. I have plans to get back at the Dragon King for ruining my brand new shop that I just created. But for now, that's all we're going to do. We're not going to do anything crazy. We definitely don't want to instigate anything, but you know, the so-called Dragon King needs to be dethroned. So I think we're probably gonna have to set up our own meeting room for the opposition and start meeting up with some of the people who oppose the Dragon King. So I will definitely bring you guys back here in a little bit once we have the materials needed to build the witch farm. I also have located a witch hut And we're probably going to get to that next. And then we'll worry about the Dragon King a little bit later. Alright, so I've never built a witch farm before, but I have gathered all of the materials to be able to build Logical Geek Boy's looting witch farm. So I don't want an AFK fish farm. Well, sort of. I'm going to use an auto clicker built in on one of the mods that Zame helped me install. But I don't want to use like a other killing method other than my sword because I want the looting drops. I want to be able to AFK this as little as possible to get the glowstone and the redstone and stuff that I need. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to the location, but I wanted to kind of show you quickly the materials that I've gathered for this build. So it uses some pretty interesting mechanics, flying machines that pop the witches off and then sends them up a water chute into where I can kill them. So also not a lot of spawn proofing. So I do need a little bit of torches, which is why I brought some coal and some sticks. But other than that, it's not going to be too crazy for me. So I'm going to go ahead and head over there. It's about, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 blocks away from my industrial area. But that is the closest witch farm to it and far enough away that it's not going to bother anybody else on the server. So I'll bring you guys back once I'm back over there. Well, here it is, the witch hut. So now we have to take all of these materials and turn it into a big old farm. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Again, I just want to reiterate that this is Logical Geek Boy's farm. If I remember to do it, the little title card thing will pop up in the top right hand corner. I do want to reiterate that this is the first witch farm that I've ever built, and I'm ready to do it. I'm excited, and let's go ahead and get our glowstone on. Enjoy the time lapse. Well, the witch farm is complete, and let's go down and take a little look at it because it works pretty well. I think there's a couple things that might have changed since Logical Geek Boy designed this. Mainly the fact that this has no bearing anymore of them taking damage on whether or not they despawn. I was watching yesterday, and they still can potentially despawn. That's weird. They still can potentially despawn as they're going up that chute. So the reason that he had these magma blocks here was so that they take a little damage before they get sent up. That way they are less likely to despawn. But I was still getting a lot despawning. But either way, it's working like a charm. So I did actually break one of the flying machines already yesterday, but I fixed it. So never leave this area with the flying machines turned on. Definitely one of those things that you got to note. And up here, I kind of did my own little thing for the storage, but basically these are all of the things that you get from the witch drops. There's two things in particular that we definitely want from this. The first one is the redstone. So this is fantastic because I really hate having to go mine every time I want to make anything with redstone. And the second one is glowstone. So this is the main reason I built the witch farm, is because I need a renewable source of glowstone for my castle build. So yeah, everything else is kind of like not really a huge deal. We are getting some good amounts of witch heads, but basically what happens is when I turn it on, I just stand up here, and then the witches will come up this little water chute, and then I will just kill them with my sword. So, and then the beacon has regeneration and strength on it, so I can kill them a little bit faster, and I don't starve by using an auto clicker. So it's pretty nice. We accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. Again, this was not in the plans for today's episode, but what can you do? Sometimes you just got to build a farm, you know? Nobody else sells glowstone, and this is the only way I could think to get it on a very quick matter. So perfect. Let's move on to something else, and I think we're actually going to head over to the mountain because I need to figure out what materials I have and then what I need to start building. I think I'm going to focus on the middle section of the castle today. That's where my storage facility is going to be. So I'm going to head over there. I'll bring you guys back once I have something to show for my efforts. Well, I spent the last couple days AFKing at the witch farm, AFKing at the netherwart farm, all so that I can get started on the castle. And we're not going to work on a huge piece of the castle today, but we are probably going to work on one of the most important pieces, which is going to be the storage system. So if I go into this free camera mode, right here in the center of the entire castle is going to be the storage system. In between all of the well, there's going to be one massive building here that you'll eventually see, and then all the buildings on the side around the wall and all of that. But I figured it's time to probably get the storage system going. We also have a good amount of materials and stuff over here, just all in different sorts of chests. My ender chest is starting to get all wonky. So you can see I have all sorts of different shulkers in here just from cleaning things up, and I'm so tired of not being organized and having stuff all over the place. So I figure, why not start with the storage system? So it's going to be kind of an open floor plan for now because there's going to be a building that eventually surrounds it. But for now, let's just get the storage system built. I'm also probably going to work on a little bit more foundation for the big middle structure, as well as I changed the shapes of some of these other buildings slightly. So I need to update those. So I figure I might as well just do that all at once, and let's get into it. Hope you enjoy the time lapse. Let's go. Well, we finally have a storage system in place. I'm using FreeCam to kind of fly around and look at it. I'm excited because this means I can finally get organized. But there's still a lot that we have to do with this structure in the middle of the castle. So I'm going to spend some time probably organizing the storage next. That's probably the most important thing to me because I really hate being unorganized. But basically, we have, I believe, 18 chests on each side, or 18 sets of 4 chests on each side. And I'm going to do kind of a double. So the bottom row will be one item, the top row will be another. So I'm probably going to spend some time, like I said, organizing and getting everything that I have across all of my various areas all at one place. So I'll bring you back once I have a little bit more completed here, and then we'll go from there. Well, this is what I'm dealing with in terms of what I need to organize. So every single one of these shulkers has things in it. Most of them are completely full of random items, and I have completely emptied out my starter base. So I made a bunch of item frames that I'm going to have to run around and place here and there on each side, both sides, inside and out. So I need to do that. I'm going to start trying to organize this, but I don't think I'm going to show any of it on camera, to be honest, just because organization takes a really long time in general. I think these are both empty, which means they need to go into my empties. Perfect. So yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and get started on this because this is probably going to take like 3 or 4 hours because I'm really, really anal about how things get organized. So I'll bring you back once I have some progress. Well, 4 to 5 hours later, we're completely organized, and that was probably the least fun that I've ever had in Minecraft. But now I feel so much better about everything. I'm actually organized. All of my materials are all in one place. And I've built a redstone contraption because I am creating or turning my deep slate into cobbled deep slate. So I figured I might as well show this off real quick because I'm kind of a genius. So I go here and then let's put that in my offhand. Flick the lever. Just constantly shoots out more deep slate, and then I can mine it. And that's what I've been doing for the last, like, 40 minutes. Well, I left it AFKing while doing it. Anyways, that's all I wanted to show here. Grab these. And let's put that away. So this is how much I've created so far. So this is obviously not a permanent addition to my storage room. This is just super temporary because I decided I needed to break all this stuff down. But again, I'm quite happy because everything is organized. It's all completely set up. And then each of these little shulker box lamps, as Rustic called them, has a bunch of empty shulker boxes plus a bunch of shells in each one, so that I can make shulker boxes as need be. But other than that, this area is officially completed for now, until I build, obviously, everything else around it. But before we do that, we have other things that we need to get to today. This has already been quite the episode. We built a witch farm. We built a storage facility. So honestly, I think that we're going to call it, but it's been a long time since I've checked diamonds at the shopping district, so I figure we're going to go over to the shopping district, check that, and then probably call this an episode. Bring it right back. Well, I figure we should start with the dye shop since it's the one that's totally destroyed. And there should be 16 chests that I need to check. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where they all are. 5, 6, 7. Should be at least one more because the other 8 are on the walls. Oh, there it is. Oh, we're past that one, didn't I? Yep, 8. Perfect. And then let's check the walls real quick. $38 diamonds. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And I put down a couple barrels down here for Death and I, so let's go ahead and split those. 19 for him, 19 for me. So let's keep track, right? So far we got 19. There's definitely some mobs underground right there. We're gonna leave those there. Somebody else can find those and deal with them. So let's go to the bookstore next. This one, I am not going to make you watch me open all these barrels. So 3, 2, 1, cut. So we ended up with a stack and a half of diamonds from the bookstore. So let's go ahead and split those. Like that. So that's an additional 64. Add it to the counter, please. Let's see, we got 2 more shops. 3 more shops, actually. So here is shop number 3. And this one is all for me. Oh, I forgot I moved it. It should be right here. There we go, 12 more. Add them to the counter. Let's check the beacon shop. The giant crane. Okay, we got 4 diamond blocks out of this one. So, what is that, 36? Let's add those to the counter, please. And let's grab 2 more beacons to replace them. And last and final shop would be Blackstone shop. Okay. That's sold out. Looks like we need to come back over here and fill up some blackstone. So 35, we'll split this with Alex. I'm going to go ahead and give Alex 18 and me 17. So let's add those 17 to my counter as well. And final total is... no idea. I didn't count them. I'll count them when I'm editing it. So the final total will be on the screen. Let's see. Alex, mailbox. 18 diamonds for Alex. And that is where I believe we are going to leave it. So there's obviously some new things going on here. There is... that was insane. There's a giant, beautiful rocket flying in the sky over here that has yet to do anything. But I believe that that is the replacement for this rocket. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little shopping district cinematic outro. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoy, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye!